issue that's been discussed in a coffee shop, but also with the elected officials for about 5 years. And I think we owe it to go back to the original motion of the previous council that was put in place. And I think it's important that we reread this motion, because this is what we have to cover first before we get into the funding itself. Because we've covered quite a few things that are in the motion. The funding is probably one of the last things we want to do. So if I can ask maybe the city clerk to read the motion that was voted on, I think it was April 16, 2007.
That is correct, Your Worship. The Alderman Kelly and former Alderman Cox moved that City Council, 1, commit to the construction of a new multi-purpose event center with a capacity of at least 6,500 seats and a spectator capacity of at least 7,100 people for hockey based on a gross building area of at least 175,000 square feet.
Do you not feel that by charging for parking you could in fact decrease the number of people that attend games? I know it's only $2, but it's like bus fees and every parking fee. Eventually they keep climbing every year. There's always the opportunity to get a few more dollars, and $87,000 is what you claim you get in a yearly basis. It's a drop in the bucket compared with 100 million. So I'm just wondering, would you not encourage people to go there and park for free rather than to put them off a little bit by charging $2? We've never charged before, and this would be new. And if I were the owner of a restaurant or a hotel that was in the vicinity of this building, I would be most upset if my car park was full of people who attended a hockey game. I mean, I build a restaurant so that customers come in and eat, not just go there, park their car, and then go off to a hockey game.
Schools of thought. You know, it costs $8 million to build parking lots, so can we allow people to park for free? I guess that's kind of been the Medicine Hat mentality for a number of years, because 900 parking spots where the arena currently is, and it's all free. You know, I guess when you spend money to build a facility such as this, I think people expect that there's going to be some charges involved. I think if you go to other locations, there's everywhere pretty much they pay for parking. You know, in Red Deer, for example, the charge is $3 per vehicle in a certain portion of the parking lot. If people are prepared to walk further, they can park for free. I think another thing that should be mentioned is that we would also encourage people to take alternate forms of transportation. In the location that's proposed tonight, it's a little bit further away than what it is currently, so I would expect that we would expect people to take public transportation, jump on the restaurants in town, take buses, encourage people to team up, carpool, whatever it may be, ride your bike or run out there, I don't care, but you know, I guess that would be one of the options for people to do. But I think, Alderman Hamel, for a good common sense answer, for an $8 million parking lot, we would expect people to pay $2, and if they want to walk, park further away and walk and park for free, then that's something else.
Community people are not used to parking for event, and paying for parking for event. And if we were to change that, that would be a debate all in itself.
50% of the money raised and deposited in the bank, and it's not there, period. So all of the rest of it doesn't matter until the money's there. So I think we had better discuss the funding options in front of us and get that debate over with before we deal with this.
A great deal about it as well. And it's not just a question anymore of how we're going to fund the thing. A lot of people are saying, can we even afford to do this in this economic climate? And yes, the previous council made that motion. I made the motion. Alderman Hamel asked me a question about what exactly it meant. And council agreed with the answer, which was that 50% had to be in the bank, and that 50% would be made up of funds from the senior levels of government and the private sector, not reserves. And that's on videotape, and you can see it. So the funding option is one item of this, but I believe that the citizens expect that we are here tonight to debate the whole idea.
Funding. That's what we're here to debate tonight. We haven't approved any funding. And until we approve some sort of funding on our side, the federal and provincial governments won't give us a dime. It's very simple. And I want to stress that point. And we can argue and debate for the rest of our lives. If we don't commit funds to this project and put them there, they are not going to commit funds or projects, if they ever do now, because we've wasted 2 years.